here we are, setting off from the space station on our way to Duna. I figured because in real life, space, we're always looking at Mars as the next area that we're going, so I decided Duna fit for the next planet that we're going to. Although currently, on my community tab, there is a poll suggesting on which planets we should go to. If you got a second and you want to suggest on which planet I drive across next, feel free to check that out. So I'm using MechJeb. I probably should mention that at the start. I'm using MechJeb, but because I didn't have a communication device, I used it to make sure our orbit was going to be good for a Duna capture. I tried to use it for maneuver nodes, but it wouldn't let me. So every maneuver you see every time I go anywhere to Duna, it's all me guessing and hoping it works, because MechJeb was not working. I didn't know you needed an antenna when you're in sandbox mode. Like, what the heck? Who would have thought? We are around Duna. I'm kind of pushing my periapsis to as close to the North Pole as I can get, and using my nuclear engine to slow us down. There is the reveal of the truck that we're driving across Duna. It's a little tiny little boy, little monster truck action, but I think it'll be good. I say, as if I didn't know what happens next. Parachutes popping out. We're making our way slowly down. I went overkill on the parachutes because I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to land because I know the atmosphere is thinner. You can see the little crew pod on the end there. Obviously that's going to come off when we land. That's where Elapont Termin is currently at. Making it on our wheels. And MechJeb was doing this weird thing with my wheels, so I backed out after we put down our flag and got rid of MechJeb because those wheels were wonky. You look at that. Oop, there goes our crew pod, just doing whatever that is. We pretend we don't, it doesn't exist, and we take off. Okay, we don't take off. So as you can see, we had a lot of problems with this car. I did not test a single thing. I want to make that very clear. I do not test anything. I just launch. The Kerbal tax dollars are hard at work. I just launch and hope it works. Here, Elapont is very carefully doing some percussive maintenance on the truck to get it back on its wheels. Clearly working really well. Probably should have packed Elapont some ibuprofen in her pack. There we go, right side up. We hop in, her head is clipping through the ceiling. It's fine, she's fine. She's okay with it, she told me. Anyway, we're setting off north. Just because it really, if I went any direction, eventually it'd take me to the South Pole as long as I stuck to that one direction, so I just chose north. And then we see some meatballs on the side of the road there. So quickly, I stopped. Well, I spun, and eventually I stopped. Quickly making our way back to the meatballs. This thing was hard to see, or it was too light. This would have probably been okay on Eve, because of the more atmosphere, thicker atmosphere, but on Duna, this truck was not good. And then after verifying that they were in fact not meatballs, Elapont was disappointed, just gave him a stern staring at, and then got back in the truck, and we headed off to the South Pole. Okay. Okay. That wasn't working, so I didn't revert. I just decided Lizdo Kerman hopped in this rocket, sped off towards Duna with a spare vehicle. That way we can continue this journey. So here we are. I'm quickly speeding through this because you saw it once before, making a encounter with Duna. We waited almost 2 years for this encounter, so poor Elapont was just chilling for like a year and a half as Lizdo was doing her training and whatnot she had to do to get ready for this trip and get another Duna encounter. Go, made it to Duna, circulating our orbits. Here we go, getting our periapsis once again as close to North Pole as possible, trying to land as close to the mini monster truck as we could. This design, I like to call it, I don't even know. It kind of looks, I don't know, it reminds me of a lizard. I don't know why. It doesn't look like a lizard. It reminds me of a lizard. This is the lizard. So I did this once before, and I didn't use the engine to slow me down, and it just smashed across the floor. So this time I saved some fuel, kind of used it to slow us down to the best of my ability. Always knock our headlights off first. It is the first priority of our company. This one was using the different wheels, and it could not get traction. No traction whatsoever. I messed around with it, did all sorts of things, just did not want to go. So we make it work. There's the North Pole there. You can see that spire back there. So this is the only way I could stop to quick save because of the lack of traction. Anyway, there was the North Pole. We were close enough to it that I decided it was a good starting point. We could see it. It was good enough for me. Here I wasn't paying attention and pressed the wrong button while I was watching a YouTube video. Out of the corner of my eye, just see an explosion. That was us losing our engine. Oop, there goes something else. Who knows what it was? Who cares? But here you can see me trying to go up hills and it just wasn't working. I decide I'm close enough to the other truck. I'm just gonna have Elapont fly her little spacesuit over. So she quickly takes her scheduled union break here, looking over the hills, just admiring the view. She's got to get back to work, though. You better stop fooling around. And like all of my landings, she makes a gentle landing on the truck, hops in quickly, and she's not reunited, unless they knew each other before, but she's united with Lizdo Kerman, and they set off. So we decided to go at a 90-degree heading, just cause. No reason. Seemed like a good number. So really quickly, I just want to plug my Discord. It's open to anyone to come in and chat about anything they want. It is and always will be a safe place for people to hang out. Come in, talk about cats, talk about Kerbal, whatever you want to talk about, you're more than welcome. I'll see you guys there. Links in the description. So after we revert, we make our way, still on a 90-degree heading. We go, even though this still isn't the most ideal vehicle for this. Clearly wasn't made for Duna, but we carry on. We give it a good old college try. I thought having more wheels would give us more traction. Here you go, me quick saving real fast by rolling over. It's the only way I could stop. But anyway, I thought having more wheels would give us, you know, more traction, more wheels on the surface, more brakes, but no, nothing. It was trash, literal trash. Yeah, we just continue on we're going at a 180-degree heading. This is the final heading. This is where we go. I don't even know which way that is. East? No, south. We're going south. We're going south. You can see me kind of jiggle around as we're going up hills. It's because I found out if I turn left to right quickly in succession, I don't know if I can say the word. I found out if I quickly drive left and right like a snake, I could go up the hills. It just gave me a little boost. It was just annoying to do. So the camera is quite shaky while driving this truck, and I do apologize for that. Unfortunately, there's not really anything I can do about it. I don't know if Camera Tools has a mod where you can like keep recording at all times. If anyone knows of a mod that can record while I'm shaking my stuff around and it comes out smooth, please let me know. That would be perfect. I don't know if Camera Tools has that ability or not. But you can see a sneaky little target. Ooh, what could it be? It's a mystery. Something's over here. So we're making our way toward whatever that target is. Struggling, having to snake our way around through the mountains and do our little jiggle dance to get up some of the hills. But eventually, we make it over there. Also, I'd like to say, last time I did the South Pole trip on Kerbin, I didn't use Time Warp. This time, I decided I punished myself enough, and I let myself use some Time Warp. Hopefully you're cool with that. Here we are making our way up to that target. I had to do some convoluted route around this mountain to get there. But in the end, we make it. This thing, it was fine. It just had some issues, but it can get to where you want to go. You take the scenic route. So, I lied to you guys when I said I quickly reverted. I didn't. I may have sneakily built another rocket, put our old truck on it, and launched that baby to Duna 2. That's it. Our tax dollars are hard at work in Kerbin. I don't know how they have taxes. The only place of employment is the space station. There's only like 30 astronauts, so they must have high taxes to afford this. Anyway, so we're making our way to Duna for the third time. This time I could not get it close to where I wanted it to go, so I just got it as close as I could, and which was a little bit of a drive, but yeah, we landed it there, and then you saw the drive on over. So quickly we get Elpont and Lizdo Kerman out and get them into the truck. I don't know what the name is of the astronaut that's driving, or Kerbonaut, sorry. Tandon Kerman. We have 3 wonderful ladies doing this operation. Look how excited they are. Can I just say, this truck, it's almost like I made it for Duna. This thing drove so smooth. Any hill you wanted to go up, it had 0 problems. We did have a little bit of fuel reserves from a couple of the tanks that aren't connected to the system for some reason. Still haven't fixed that. But yeah, this thing just breezed through these hills. It was wonderful. As you can see there, we're making it. We made it out of the snow area of the North Pole onto the, I wanted to say Martian, the Dunashin, that's not good, the Duna surface. And we continue on at our 180-degree heading, just making a straight shot for the South Pole. And these girls are loving it, except for Lizdo. Lizdo kind of looks terrified, but Tandon and Elapont living the dream here on Duna. They did have to sign a contract that said I may or may not bring them back, because to be completely honest, I don't think I can. I don't know how. My brain is not big enough for the knowledge that is getting to Duna and then getting back from Duna. I can get there with MechJeb's help. I think I actually used the Kerbal alarm clock for the last 2 launches, but anyway, yeah, I can't get them back. There's no way. I'd have to like literally Google and like copy like a Scott Manley ship or something if I was to do that. So they're just gonna be chilling for a while. Eventually in the future, I will bring them back after I do the much needed research that is involved to getting them back. Scott Manley or Matt, I think his name's Lown, send me a DM, let me know. I'm just kidding, they don't know I exist. But anyway, we're making our way there, as always. We're kind of driving through a little valley. I didn't plan on which way we're going. I really should have planned ahead and like did an Easter egg run, but I didn't. So you won't see anything cool. Just a lot of hills, some meatballs, and the beautiful Martian sky, or Duna sky, sorry. I do have I have a handful of mods installed. If you care to know what they are, I will put them in the description. It's all graphics mods. The only one that really does anything for me is the Kerbal alarm clock, and that just makes it so I can get those Duna launches easily, because I can't. I don't know where to go. I don't know how to go. I need someone to tell me where to shoot. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what that is. I think I have like WaterFall, Scatterer. I think there's one called Eve. Just graphics mods. I googled what are the best Kerbal Space Program graphic mods, and the first link was the one I used. But it really does give the planets a lot more life, a lot more character, and I really like that. They really feel like planets rather than little marbles in space. You could see me try to roll over to see if I could, and it couldn't. This thing was, I think it's the wheels. These wheels are so much better than those other wheels, for at least for Duna's sake. Oh god. Okay. So we lost something. God knows what it was. But we're just gonna pretend like it never happened and just keep on going. And here we are, back in the snow already so soon. I know, can you believe it? It seems like we just left. Although, technically, from the point this truck is here, and from the point I started with the original truck, it has been probably 6 years, at least 5 years has passed since they originally landed. But in my time, this whole trip took a lot less time than the Kerbin trip did. I was like pleasantly surprised. This trip only took a minuscule 15.5 hours. And that's not counting time warp. Like, if I was the Kerbal sitting in that truck, it took them 15.5 hours to get there. Me, it took, I don't even know, probably like 8, because I was ×2 time warp in the whole thing. But yeah, so still a pretty long drive, but the shortest one so far. I'm interested to see quite how long it takes for the rest of the planets. It'd be kind of cool at the end of this, have a lineup of how long it took me to drive across. For the rest of these, we are going to be using this truck. No ifs, ands, or buts. This truck will drive across every planet because I love it so much. And it just seems to work. But I don't know, future planets might put that to the test, but we'll cross that bridge when we build it, because there's no bridges. So it's a little dark, but right there on the horizon, those big mountains, is the South Pole. This little valley that I'm driving into is the southmost point of Duna. We made it. 15.5 hours, 3 rocket launches, 3 different trucks, 3 different Kerbals, and a whole lot of time to kill. We made it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please subscribe and give it a like, all that jazz. It really actually means a heck of a lot to me. I couldn't be more grateful for you guys. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.